So Strawberry Panic is one that I ended up picking up the other day, and I knew it was a Yuri, and I knew that it was essentially what they call the staple of getting into the genre. However, I've watched this genre quite a few times, like Citrus and a few other ones, and some of them are very hit and some of them are very miss. Now, this one, in my opinion, is very high in the fantasism and the emotions, and that's also what, in my opinion, makes people love it and also makes people hate it. Now, the last arc is probably the best part of this story. The last like 6, 7 episodes. So you kind of sadly have to watch all 26 of them. Granted, it'll go by pretty quick, but I feel like they could have definitely shortened it down to like a 15, 14 episode anime, even though it's, not really heard of. But I feel like that's something they could have, should have done. But I digress. I know this was a 2006 series, and I believe it was based off some short material. So it's not, I don't know how they spaced it like that, but then again, who cares? It got it done. Obviously, this takes place in it's a Catholic school. And they're all lesbians. They're all lesbians. But you've got your main character, Nagisa-chan, who just transfers there in the third year, they call it, which I'm assuming is pretty much like a sophomore because it goes up to 6 years. Because I think it combines a middle school with it as well. But she just shows up and meets the her love interest pretty much right off the bat, which is Shizuma, and she's a character that's like everybody adores her in this school. Like she is the thing. She has a lot of mental blockage and she needs to get over with that pretty much takes the whole series to get over. And we kind of work our way into it the whole series with these two. They go back and forth and back and forth. And then we've got this other couple. And I'm trying to think right now. It's Hikari and oh gosh, what is Hikari? Amane? Yes, Amane and Hikari. They're like the other couple that's going on at the same time. And they're more or less the more like timid, shy, kind of like don't necessarily have as much going on in the realms of conflict and trauma. It's more or less just like, no, yes, okay, fine. They finally admitted to each other. However, I feel like if you're a best friend in this show, it is a bad time for you. Don't be a best friend in this show because you're just gonna get screwed to death. um, the art and the animation is pretty decent, especially for the time. Like 2006 was that long ago, 16 years ago. But the outro and the intro were all right. They're performed by Nagisa and Tamo's voice actresses, and I think it really it adds the vibe to it. I'm not really a big fan of the songs, but it does add the vibe. Um, the not the costumes, I guess, but the school outfits and just the clothes they wear are pretty great. The final pairings, I mean, take it as you will when you get to that point of the story. I'm not going to spoil any of this one for you because I feel like this is one that you just kind of have to go in and either enjoy it or not enjoy it. Take it as you will. I ended up giving this one a 7 out of 10 on my anime list. This one's it's really hard, obviously, as you can tell from this 5-minute review. I wanted to drop it a couple times because it just kept dragging, but the ending was worth it, I suppose. So, if you have patience and you like it, like trauma, love, grief, semi-happy endings, I'm gonna say this is for you. And if not, I'd say save your time because 26 episodes. I mean, this is like, we're talking, like 11 hours here. So if you don't even want to get into that, don't. But hey, I give it a 7 out of 10. Take that as you will with a grain of salt. Let me know what you guys think of this in the comments down below. And if you have any recommendations for other Yuri animes, let me know. So with that being said, hope you all have a good one. Peace.